Welcome into Intentional Lounging, brought to you by Better and Green. It is week 4, boys. We're going over the Thursday night football game. We have a divisional game here. We have the Dallas Cowboys heading to New York to face the Giants. Giants are 6-point home dogs. Over-runners at 45. Guys, this is an interesting game. Giants trending up. Dallas getting the doors blown off them last week by the Ravens. Ravens at the end of the game looks close, but really the Ravens just had their way the entire game. Dallas came back, made it look competitive. Wyatt, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, Dallas is kind of pissing me off. I think they're pissing a lot of people off. I do have their defense, and I don't want to drop them in fantasy because this defense, they suck, but they're the big play potential. They'll get pick sixes, they'll get fumbles, but they suck at fundamentals and stopping anything. So I'm in a little bit of a difficult situation there. But yeah, divisional game. I'm pretty sure Dallas just has beaten up on the Giants the last couple of years. So I have Dallas in a major comeback game. They have looked terrible the last 2 weeks, losing big to the Saints. And like you just mentioned, Ben, only losing by 3 to the Ravens, but I'm pretty sure they scored like 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So they were getting blown out the entire game. But the Giants coming off their first win against the Browns, which is fine, but I don't think they looked fantastic. I think Dallas wins this one very big. I also saw the Giants secondary is very depleted. I think Dak finally gets back on track. I think CD gets back on track, possibly Rico Dowdle in the end zone as well. But I think Dallas wins this game. Honestly, close to 20 points. I think it's going to be like a 27-6 type of game. Love the under, obviously divisional under game, but I think Dallas scores at will. I think their defense probably gets in the end zone. I like Dallas big in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bet this game, but I like the Giants to keep it close here. And I might get to the window on the Giants, but bad spot for Dallas. Gave that huge effort that both of you guys just mentioned to make that game competitive. Couldn't pull off the win. But Ben, like you alluded to, that was a complete blowout until the very end of the game. And I mean, they did give a huge effort to almost come back and win. Couldn't quite pull it off. Now they have Pittsburgh Sunday Night Football on deck here. They have to travel on a short week to New York. Divisional game, a team that they've blown out multiple times in the last couple of years on primetime. So I think this is more of a game that New York will have circled here more than Dallas. New York is coming in with some momentum. Everyone's kind of doubted them. And to be honest with you, I don't think these teams are going to end up being too far apart when the season's all said and done. I think Dallas looked really good against Cleveland, who I'm not very high on whatsoever. They're kind of falling week by week in my power rankings, but just not super high on their one win of the season for Dallas. And the Giants are looking impressive. I mean, they finally have Malik Neighbors, the wide receiver one. We touched on him last week. He's a huge piece for that team that's really helping out Danny Dimes, and their defense looks good. Their defensive line looks really good. Dallas kind of relies on that defense to get stops. They're not doing so well this year. They're 28th in the league yards per play against, 30th in the league points per game allowed. I mean, they're a bottom defense at this point. Their offense isn't really much better. 17th in the league yards per play, 6th points per game. But like I said, they did play the Browns, the Saints, who I'm not super high on, and then the garbage time points against Baltimore last week. So, I'm higher on New York, I think, than I am Dallas. I think these teams are close. I like the spot better for New York here. So, yeah, give me the Giants to keep it close, if not potentially win it outright.
Won it outright, man. That's pretty ballsy. I do agree with both of you, though, in some aspects. Ethan, I think it is hard to lay 6 points in a divisional game. These two teams know each other very well, but Wyatt, I also agree with you. I think Dallas is just a lot better than the Giants. And it's worked for me a couple times where I've said it's just such an easy route to victory. And I think that's kind of what we're going to see here. Malik Neighbors, take him out of the picture. What's Danny Dimes going to do? What is Singletary going to do? Think this Dallas line, Parsons, and those guys have been kind of quiet this year. I think this is a game we saw Danny Dimes and the New York Giant quarterbacks last year were just getting sacked at like an unbelievable rate. I think this is a good chance for Dallas to get back in the right win column and keep it going. So I like that a lot. guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please head over to Sharps so you guys can see what plays we're on over there. It's a social media for sports bettors, and also the Fantasy Sports Advice Network. Also, that's where we give out a whole bunch of fantasy football content, and we answer your guys' questions over there. So make sure you check those out, and we will see you guys on Friday for the main slate. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spots from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.